15 seasons, our guests today have battled evil forces as brothers Sam and Dean Winchester in the thrilling hit series Supernatural. On this week's episode, the brothers search for artifacts that could save their family. Take a look.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Dean! Hey, are you serious? What? Oh, it's hilarious. Forget that. Look. The men of letters found it. Solomon's treasure. Where? 1817. In what is modern day Israel. According to this, they dug it up. And, here.
Padalecki and Jensen Ackles.
I got a Patrick Swayze.
You look like Patrick Swayze.
That's
But he doesn't dance like him.
Oh,
unfortunately, I do not.
Carney was being naughty. We were like, they're so cute. She goes, which one, girls? Which one? Pick one. Which one would you pick? Behave. Oh, they're married. They have children. They're fathers.
But really, which one did you pick?
My hand's on your leg.
So anyway, congratulations on Supernatural. Yay! Listen to this. Holds the record for being longest running sci-fi series on North American television. That is incredible. And so, Jared, what do you remember about first meeting Jensen?
So we met basically at the audition, and for those who aren't in the business, these network auditions are terrifying. It's usually 5 or 6 guys that are trying for your role, 5 or 6 guys for the other role, 5 or 6 gals, and it's kind of intimidating. Everybody's worked really hard and dressed to the nines, all these handsome guys and beautiful women, and you're like,
and then I walk in.
And you're like, oh, thank God. I know I'm not last place. No, so we met, and we kind of were sitting in the room like, who are you reading for? Dean, who are you reading for? I'm reading for Sam. Cool. Where is everybody? And so we're kind of waiting for other people to show up.
Yeah.
And I've met so many actors just literally in waiting rooms. So I'll be walking around, I'll say hi to somebody, and Genevieve, my wife, is like, how do you know them? I'm like, we used to audition together, basically. And we met. It's like, oh, well, I guess we're going to be sitting here for a little bit. You know, where are you from? Texas. Where are you from? Texas. Who's your team? Cowboys. Who's your team? Cowboys. You know, like, got any siblings? Yeah, older brother, younger sister. What about you? Older brother, younger sister. What about your parents? Where are they? They're still married up in Dallas. My parents still married down in San Antonio. So we just kind of found out that we had a whole lot in common, which was great. A lot of connections.
Meant to be.
Well, I guess so.
And then did nobody show up?
That's the kicker, is nobody else showed up.
Really?
Yeah.
So they brought us in, and then they had us read together in front of the executives, and then they asked us to step outside, and they were deliberating, doing whatever they're doing, and then they asked us to come back in. They're like, guys, we're going to just switch some things up. We want you to do something different. We're just kidding. You guys have the parts.
Wow!
Which is really rare. Like, normally they wait until you leave, they call your agent calls you and breaks the news, and it's like there's generally a protocol. They broke all protocol, and then we've been breaking protocol ever since.
Very supernatural.
I guess so.
Well, Jensen, you guys are notorious for teaming up and playing practical jokes on your castmates, but we heard that you no longer play jokes on each other. Why is that?
We learned very early on that we were much better as a team than pitted against each other.
That's BS. We knew we had too much. We had too much access to each other. So it was like, I know where he lives. He knows where.
And the access, I think it became very apparent when he walked into his trailer one day, and the entire thing had been completely destroyed. And remember, we used to get those. They used to sell like stink bombs at like Spencer's or something.
Oh, no.
I got my hands on several of them, and they. So they had to get him a new trailer.
It was they did.
And that's, I think, when we decided, you know what, truce from here on out.
This is gonna go.
Right.
And much to the demise of our other castmates. We're
now
better
they're
as
the
a team.
victims.
When we had other people finally show up, it was like, ooh, common enemy.
Now, Jared, fans are extremely dedicated to Supernatural. Obviously, because it's been on for a lifetime. But what is one of the most impressive things that a fan has done?
Well, and I see some familiar faces today. Hi, guys. It's, I think one that sticks out, wonderfully, our level of celebrity or whatever. If you know who I am, you know my work. It's not like I'm just plastered on magazines and billboards. Like, if people are like, who are you famous? I'm like, that's not. Like, but I love that, because if somebody knows me, it's not like, oh, you have some scandal or something. It's like, oh, we love that show you did. I watched Gilmore Girls. I watched whatever it is. Like, thank you. We have something to talk about. And we do a lot of conventions and get to interact with our fans and meet them as people and get to kind of see them in all these cool places all over the world. But the one time, I guess, in the wild, I was flying to my honeymoon. Well, my wife and I were
rarely seen in this natural habitat.
No, because it's one thing.
The elusive Jared Padalecki.
We were on a plane, and we boarded the plane, and I think it was going to Air Tahiti or something. And and the gentleman, the flight attendant, lets us on, and he sits us down and helps with our bags. Where are you coming from? And throughout the flight, 3 or 4 hours, he's coming by, and can I get you anything? Can I get you a drink? How's your food? Finally, as we're about to descend, he comes over. He's like, hey, I don't want to be inappropriate, but I want to say I really love y'all's work. I love your show, because my wife was on the show. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Like, how cool and how professional to wait till the end, so we weren't sitting there worried about snoring. And he says, as a matter of fact, I have the tattoo. Like, you have a what? He's like, I have the character tattoo. Yes.
The pilot.
No, the flight attendant.
Sorry.
The pilot probably had tattoos too.
And I've seen that with fans that I've met, but I've never seen it in the wild. That's what I meant by it wasn't set up to be.
What's coming up for Supernatural? Next episode.
What's coming up next episode? So we're always doing crazy stuff. I mean, to be on as long as we have, we really have to think outside the box. We will have just had a crossover episode with Scooby-Doo. It's amazing. And Daphne looks amazing. I think they added a couple of curvatures for the prime time television. But this next episode, I believe, is...
Don't discount Velma now.
Go on. No, the brains of the operation.
Yes, okay.
Never want to discount that. We deal with an otherworldly creature. And what's the line that I had in this? Tentacle porn?
There's
all kinds of stuff.
That was pretty good. I like that.
You got Cheryl watching.
She's going to go out and grab herself a tattoo in no time.
Padalecki, Jensen, Ackles, thank you, gentlemen. Supernatural airs Thursday nights at 8 on the CW. We'll be right back. Coming up, ready for